And welcome to KDKD, KXCA Online as we interview the new head football coach for the Clinton Cardinals that was named earlier this week, and that is Kevin LaFavor, a person that is familiar to most of the people here in Clinton and West Central Missouri. Kevin, thanks for being on the air with us today, at least online, and also we'll have some information, as I said, on KDKD and welcome to the KDKD Studios.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited, and today's day one officially is what we're going to call it. So we're excited to get going.
They sent out they delivered the information to the school board on Monday night, and apparently the school board, for some reason, no, I think I know the reason, decided that yes, this is the person that we also want to be the head football coach at Clinton. And so then it was announced yesterday, probably about 1 o'clock, and then that was on Tuesday, and then here on Wednesday we're recording this interview. So what has the last 24 such hours been like for you?
Yeah, it's kind of a roller coaster of emotions, really. Very excited to be here. Support from the community has been tremendous. Coming over. Of course, we have the Clinton tournament going on right now for basketball, and made an appearance there yesterday. I'm going to go back tonight and watch some good basketball. Both teams got a win yesterday, and so on that end, we're really happy, and of course, then there's that end where I had to tell my previous players and Lincoln High School that I was moving on, and that was tough. You've developed a culture of family atmosphere over there, and I couldn't have been where I'm at without those kids and that community, and I thank them very much. But that was tough. So, kind of have that roller coaster there.
When you found out that this job had an opening, was it just automatically like, I'm going to apply for that? Or was it like, hey, I'm going to apply for that, but then again, I have it pretty good here as a Lincoln Cardinal as well. So was it a little both of that?
Yeah, it was a little bit of both. There's always that excitement of your alma mater coming open and moving up in size and being back around my family. My wife works here in town. We live outside of town. My son goes to daycare here in town. So that was all exciting. And then, I was definitely happy where I was at. Again, we had a great team, great community. Administration there at Lincoln was great. And so it's definitely not something I was like needing out of by any means. So there's a lot of thought process into the whole thing, and in the end, I think this is definitely the right move.
Kevin LaFavor is the new head football coach coming up with the 2020 season for the Clinton Cardinals. Tell the folks a little bit about. We don't need to go back to birth. We don't need to go back quite that far.
Sure.
But let's go back to your high school days. And in case people don't know, tell them a little bit about your high school days, what you did after that, as far as continuing your education, and then coaching, teaching, and everything else that leads us up to today, sir.
Yeah, I started out. I actually went to Calhoun High School for a year and a half. Moved to Clinton. My grandma lived here in town and came and stayed with her. She had an illness, so got guardianship of me, and I helped take care of her and go through high school. Became good friends with Nick Petrie and Nolan Wilson. That's how I kind of met everybody here at the radio station. Was back then, and from there I went to Southwest Baptist University in Bolivar. Played a year of football there. Got my bachelor's degree in physical education. And went on from that to my master's degree in educational administration, also with SBU. Started out at Osceola, student teaching, coaching junior high basketball, baseball, football as an assistant. From there I went to California. I was an assistant basketball coach that spring or fall, I guess. And then from there went to Leesville for a year under Brian Wishart out there, and got my hours for that administration degree and kind of followed that up and finished that, graduating. And then I got the call from Lincoln, started out as an assistant my first year and got the head coaching opportunity my next year, and been the head coach there for 2 years. Had a good run. We were 27-3 over that tenure and 2 state championship appearances. The first one I think was definitely a surprise for us and a lot of people around, and then this past year we kind of had our eyes set on it the whole time. Came up short, but it's definitely a great experience, and now I'm here, so very excited.
Many schools, many schools across the state would die to go to the state championship game.
Yes.
You would love to win it,
Mm-hmm.
but to go once and then back to back, once again, there's a lot of schools, there's a lot of supportive people that would say, just let us go once.
Mm-hmm.
So I bet Lincoln was just besides themselves that they went 2 times in a row.
Oh yeah, you know, it was an incredible feeling. So much support and happiness there, and it felt like a celebration the entire year after we went the first time, and really just all the surrounding schools, conference schools, gave us a lot of support. You know, social media, and of course still friends from Clinton in this area. Just we had a huge following, and it was exciting. It was an exciting time, and I was definitely grateful to be a part of that. And there's a lot of coaches that are very good that have coached their entire career and never made it to that game or that field.
Mm-hmm.
And to get to do that 2 times in a row in your first 2 years coaching, you're pretty spoiled.
Kevin LaFavor is the new head football coach at Clinton. Why do this?
You know, there's always that excitement. I think since I was in high school, there was that desire to come here and get a program going, and to get something successful that year in and year out we can be proud of. And you know, I accept challenges, and that's always been a dream of mine. It's been a passion, whether that be early in my career, late in my career. You know, my goal is to end here. So hopefully I get to do that now, and I'll spend a long time here. But you know, at some point down the road, this was always something that I wanted to pursue, and it came available, and I had to do it. So.
You answered my next question, but I'm going to have you go into it more. A few moments ago, you talked about all these different places that you have been.
Mm-hmm.
So some people may be like, okay, well, he's at some places for only a year. Why is he think he's going to be here for more than a year or 2 or 3? You kind of answered that, but go more into detail on that if you would, sir.
Yeah, you know, early in your career, especially in education and coaching, you know, you kind of go where the jobs are available. You know, I was at Osceola. I loved it there, but that was a 45-minute drive for me, you know, and came up here to Leesville. Loved it there, loved working out there. And I live actually out in Cole, so the drive was much shorter. They don't have football there. So then I went to Lincoln. They have football, and of course that leads me to here. But we've bought a house out there in Cole, just outside of town. My wife's family lives out there, and like I said, you know, I grew up here. I want my kid to go to school here. She works here, and this is home for sure. Hopefully it's my last stop, and that's what we want. But we're not going anywhere as a family. So
tell us about your family.
Yeah, my wife Emily was Emily McQuillan. Graduated in 2010 here. She played softball. She was in FFA. Played soccer, and you know, she went to Missouri State. I actually think she went through SBU's nursing program, which is based out of Springfield. And we got married 2016. Our son Maxwell was born September 2017. He's 2 years old now, and you know, we just kind of have that dream going on right now. We bought a house. We're a couple miles from her parents. My family lives pretty close, so kind of got our family out there, and her sister Alex Hamilton and Jody McQuillan, or Hamilton now. They bought a house out that way, so we're all really close. We have family everywhere. We enjoy that time. It means a lot to us, and you know, I couldn't be more thankful.
Now, her father is Monty. Am I correct on that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you're not wanting to get as far away from him as you possibly can?
No, I enjoy my time with Monty.
He would expect me to say something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I enjoy my time with Monty. You know,
Okay.
He's definitely kind of one of those people that he can take my mind off sports pretty easy, and whether we're going outside or hunting or shooting clays or whatever it is, he can kind of find a way to take my mind off football, and sometimes that's a good thing too.
In just a little over 24 hours since Kevin LaFavor has been named the head football coach for the Clinton Cardinals, we interview him. And if people don't know, okay, let me ask you this. Are you a head coach, and then you're going to take your players, whether it's offense, defense, special teams, and you're going to say, we're going to do it this way, okay? Or are you going to take a look at the players you have and say, well, maybe we need to do it this way? How are you with that?
there's a mixture of people who are both ways. I'm not a system guy. We're in high school. We're not in college. We don't go get players to fit our systems. So I look at the talent we have, and whatever works best for us, that's what we're going to try to go with. And as a fan, I'm kind of an old school style football. I like to watch the wishbone and power run and big offensive linemen and big running backs, and I love that. As a coach, if you ever watched our games at Lincoln, that's not what we were. We ran the spread, 5 wideouts, quarterback was very good. O-line wasn't real big, but they were good. So we knew we were going to move people for 4 yards, so we had to take advantage of our athletes, and so that system was nothing I had ran in high school. So that was different for us, but I definitely think we need to adapt to our players and their strengths. And I'm excited to find out what we got here and see what we get to come up with.
How about on defense? Do you have any ideas on that yet?
Yeah, same kind of thing. You're talking schemes, and I know a lot of people like that 3-4, but in my opinion, that takes 3 special people on the line of scrimmage, and 3 real big people. They got to demand double teams and not just want a double team, but actually demand one physically. And you don't see a lot of that around. That's what Lincoln ran previously to me, and we came in and switched it to a 4-4. And the reason I believe in that is because I want to stop the run first. So if we can stop the run game, make teams throw the ball, they have a higher percentage of turning the ball over, throwing interceptions, quick 3 and outs, that kind of thing. So there's definitely some strengths and weaknesses, but we always want to get a pass rush. I don't want a quarterback to set up there and get to wait till receivers get open, because at this level, there's athletes on the field for both teams. So if we let them stand there all day, eventually they will get open. So we always want to have a pass rush, and our priority is definitely to stuff the run. And the 4-4 has done that the most, or at least the most effectively so far. Of course, when teams spread you out, you got to change variations. You'll go 4-2-5s, 4-3s. If they try to throw extra receivers out there, but if they want to load the box up, we're going to do it with them and shut the run game down.
This may be way too early, but do you have any idea of who might be on your staff come, let's say summer of 2020?
Yeah, I know, there's definitely some names out there. A lot of people have expressed interest already, but definitely bringing Nolan Wilson over with me. He's my defensive coordinator at Lincoln, also a 2009 graduate of Clinton High School. Very, very good coach. He's young, he's passionate, spends a lot of time in the film room, especially on the defensive side of the ball. That's what you got to have. So he has to break down every offensive play the other team runs and be comfortable when he sees a formation during a game that they're in. He's ready to adjust to that. So a lot of pressure is put on that defensive coordinator spot, and a lot of times I think people might overlook that. Offense gets a lot of the glory, and that's what I do, is call the plays on the offensive side. But he's definitely got to match me in effort and film room time, and he does a good job of that. So we're very excited to bring him with us.
So that's a definite. He will be coming to Clinton High School then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I may have a couple of more questions. I'm not for sure. We're just kind of chatting back and forth, but I want to give you a chance. Is there anything that maybe I haven't asked you, or that you made sure that you want to say during this interview, whether that's to a variety of people, the students, not just in Clinton High School, but from K through 12.
Yeah.
The parents, guardians of those students, those that you're leaving behind. I know you really covered that earlier in the interview. Mm-hmm. So is there anything else that you would like to say?
Yeah, definitely. I want to focus on our kids here, and we want to recruit kids to come out and play, and we hope to create excitement. We want every kid in the school to play. We want, they may not have played before, that's fine. Come out and be a part of something. We want to start this Cardinal Brotherhood mentality, and I want alumni to come back, and they're still family to us here. So we want them to feel like, all the time they committed to us is special and valuable to us, and it is. And then as far as K through 12, program-wide, we're a program. I don't want there to be a separation. I don't want, people to not know who the head football coach is at the high school level. I want to be a face of all that and work together, high school, junior high, youth football programs, flag football programs. We want that. That's all one thing now. It is the Clinton football program. And I want people to know they can, if there's ever any questions, or we want them to feel a part of something. And so, whether it's, like you said, kindergarten, first grade, whenever they're starting, we want them to know who we are as a high school staff as well. And we're going to do camps together. We're going to do things like that all summer long. So we're excited, and it starts with those guys. And if they're ready to go when they get into high school, it makes my job easy. So
and I don't need to tell you this because I'm sure you know. It looks like, of course, kids' mindsets or whatever may change over the years, but as of now, it looks like you've got some pretty good football players that are going to be funneling into Clinton High School over the next few years.
Yeah, we definitely, that was something that I looked at and kind of follow. Luckily, living in the community still, even though I wasn't coaching here, you hear about that. But they've had a lot of success down there, and a couple championships, and going into this new conference, it's a kind of a daunting task, and it's a big conference. But those kids are already playing these schools in that conference. They're playing the Odessas, the Harrisonvilles, Excelsior Springs, and they're winning championships at the youth level against those teams, and that's a big deal because that's who we play when they get here. So. I think, we're definitely going to accept this challenge of this conference. We're excited to be in it, and it's tough, but whoever comes out of this conference will make a long postseason run.
Okay. Whenever I don't have a set time as far as the length of an interview, I'm famous for having 2 or 3 last questions.
Uh-huh.
I think this might be my last question.
Okay.
When the T-shirts start coming out maybe later this spring, Clinton football on the front with that cardinal, and then on the back, do you know yet what it's going to say? Have you thought about a catchphrase for Clinton football, or is it still too early for that?
No, you think about that stuff all the time, and I think to start with, we're going to have one that says brotherhood on it. And I think that just ties up, like we talked about, the entire program. We want... we believe in making a lot of shirts and a lot of gear, is what we call it, and kind of bring that swagger to the kids, and they enjoy that, and I want that to reach all the way to them youth kids. And so when it says brotherhood, that's youth through high school, and the first one is, if we start to buy in and believe it, that's what we are, and we're a unique group that we care about each other. Whether you're an alumni, a parent of a player, you're in that, and so. That's going to be one of them for sure. I've already got that idea down. So
even a broadcaster and the folks at the radio station?
Yes, sir.
We're a part of that too.
Be one of the first ones.
Here's another last question for
Okay.
you. Maybe this will be the last one. I'm sure you're like, I didn't know this was going to go this long. The facilities here at Clinton. I'm a graduate of CHS myself.
Uh-huh.
It's been a few years, but the facilities have even changed since you played. What about these facilities here in Clinton?
They look incredible. I was still on the grass field, and in fact, I was at the old high school. I was the last class to go through that. So,
oh, okay.
So, I'm still getting used to the new school. I've only been there a few times, actually, but weight room, everything's so impressive, and the field itself. As soon as I graduated from college, I lived here in town, actually, for like 6 months, right over there by the field. So there was nothing like kind of waking up early in the morning and you turn the corner and there's the football field. It's beautiful, and I think if we can start filling the stands all the way up on Friday nights with that environment and the facilities they have out there.
Fieldhouse too?
Fieldhouse too, yeah. It all looks incredible. I had the old Fieldhouse where if you were in there, half of it was the old concrete floor, and then we had the small room with the old carpet there, and that was about it, So, the new field house looks incredible, and the fencing even, that's all new. That's all new. So, it's just improved tenfold, and I'm very impressed with what they've been able to do, and I'm glad they have, and it'll be exciting to, I think it makes kids excited, it makes community excited, and I'm definitely excited to be a part of that.
We may share quite a few similarities, but I think that the biggest one that we have is your high school football career and my high school football career. You went out as a freshman, am I correct on that, or were you still in Calhoun at that time?
I came over to Clinton, so I only played junior and senior year.
Okay, but the first year you went out, you knew that football was for you.
Oh yeah, I had
Okay.
played youth here growing up.
Okay, okay. The first year I went out, I knew football was not for me. I understood that I was a baseball player, not a good one, but I understood I was. So see, we both learned
I understand.
that first year of
I
football.
understand. Yes.
Kevin, I think I'm done. Unless there's anything else you'd like to say to anybody out there.
You know, I just want to say again, I want to say thank you to Lincoln and that community over there, and you know, it's been tough for me in this decision process, but I want to thank them, and then again, thank you to the Clinton community. All the praises the last 24, 48 hours has been incredible. Not sure if it's warranted, but I do thank everybody for that, and I'm excited to get started. And again, if there's ever any questions, you know, anybody feel free to contact me, and we'll get it set up.
Well, there's some people that you will get to know over the next few days, months, and many, many years. Let's
Yes.
hope. You know, that's Jason Abner,
Mhm.
the activities director, Jared Steffens, the principal over at CHS, Destry Brown, the superintendent. I can't put those guys up high enough. They are all about the kids.
Yes.
I mean, I've never seen people so passionate
Yes.
about their kids, and I think you're going to fall right into that.
Well, you know, I definitely hope so. It's been a pleasure to get to meet those guys again. You know, they're all new since I guess my tenure here. That's what we're going for. But they're all new, but they've been tremendous again over the last 24 hours since the interview process, and I'm sure I've probably bugged them now with all the questions I've asked because you know, I'm excited to get going. But they've been incredible and returned every text message or every phone call, and yeah, I'm excited to get going. They've been very nice so far.
Any information you need to get out to the kids, to the parents, to the patrons of the Clinton School District, this radio station is here and open to you, sir.
Yeah, you know, there's actually the last thing we're of course football and weightlifting, that's a big deal. But you know, I want it to be known that we want to improve the weight program. You know, at all athletes, not just football, but I want to stress that, and you know, whether it's volleyball, soccer, baseball, cheerleading, we want all the athletes in the weight room getting better. It's not just for the football players. I don't want to get that started, or I do want to, I guess, let everybody know. And when it comes to summer weights, we want all the kids there. Whether we have to hold multiple classes, that's fine. Time frames, that's fine. But we want to see all the kids in the weight room and getting better for whatever it is they do. And definitely don't want to set that thing where people think that's just for football players. It's not. You know, it's about all of our kids here at Clinton High School and middle school, and excited about that. But and again, I'm sure I'll get a lot more questions about that, but I just wanted to kind of put that bug out there right now.
I can tell you're excited. That gives me goosebumps because I'm happy for you. You just seem like a good, passionate person for the football team, and as you just said, for every student athlete and for every student in the school district. So I'm happy for you. I'm happy for the school. I'm happy for the town.
Thank you, David.
Okay.
So good to be here.
Kevin LaFavor once again is the new head football coach for the Clinton Cardinals, and this is one of many interviews we're going to make him do right here on KDKD and also mykdkd.com.